Currently, no, because I have financial issues.
All right, so we are waiting on Dr. Ramos.
Do you want to give us what's the deal?
So he's doing a mini convention on July 5th. I saw something about it on Instagram and I thought it was cool, so I reached out to him. His Instagram is Psychocomicology, and they merge their two passions, psychology and comic books. And they want to welcome me to explore and share the psychological significance of comic culture and its relevance to everyday life.
So you got me a therapist?
Yeah. If you want to go to their Psychocomicology mini convention I think it's in
I certainly do not.
Oak Park, Illinois. Like I said, just thought it would be a fun interview. Talk about his thing, and then we could just do a regular show after that.
You thought it was fun, did you? Were you thinking again?
Oh, so.
That's your first mistake. You were thinking.
Yeah.
Give me that.
You ready for $85 popcorn bucket, Kev?
I mean, I want it because I think it will size up and display well with the figures. That's why I want it.
Yeah,
and the eyes light up.
I mean, it looks cool as hell.
And the eyes. Don't forget the eyes.
No, I mean for display purposes, which is strictly what I'm talking about here. It's it's a good thing. Maybe he forgot.
Did you tell him 2:30 East Coast time?
Yeah. Yeah, but I didn't send him like a meeting invitation. So if he didn't put it on his calendar and he was waiting for me to send a meeting invitation, then that's my fault because I've been so busy with everything else.
How dare you?
Yeah.
I'm actually very upset that you said you were busy. We're gonna have a meeting on the side about this actually after.
Yeah. So why don't we do this? Why don't we just start doing a regular show, and if he comes in, we can put that on pause and go from there. What do you think?
But they
Sure.
recorded as a bonus that I can just jump into the line. Okay, I believe you.
Dude, my son is so obsessed with Beetlejuice right now. You have no idea. We bought him a Beetlejuice outfit. We're listening to Beetlejuice the musical all the time. It's nuts. Hang on a second. I'm gonna give up my dog.
Okay. Hi, Kev.
Hi.
All right. Okay. I'm just gonna start recording. Kev, no camera today?
No.
Recording in progress.
This tips on frozen.
Yeah. All right, so this episode is going to be Friday the 13th. So, good bad. I'm going to look out for Jason this episode.
See, Friday the 13th is actually a good holiday. My family just noticed my taxes party. It's an actual thing. We find great parking on Friday the 13th. I don't know why. Anywhere you go, for us, Friday the 13th, you get great parking. So, if you're trying to find good parking on Friday the 13th, somewhere, during Sandwich.
Well, I mean, the people in New Jersey stay home because they're scared of Friday the 13th, so there's good parking.
I don't know. Like, I was in Manhattan on Friday the 13th, and we were staying at like way back in the day. I still had an apartment in the middle of Manhattan. It was really hard to get parking down the block or like around the corner. We got a spot down in front, like immediately right from the door. It was great. That whole day would happen on Friday the 13th.
Nice. But one day you could work well, I guess. It depends. I think 2026 is a public cases year because there's 3 Friday the 13th. So, Mr. Kev, welcome. Happy to have you here.
Yes. Hello. It may get loud here. They're doing tree work outside. So I'm here.
Well, we really missed the rooster. Where's the rooster?
Oh, give it time.
All right. Why don't we do the socials before we jump into this? This is episode 809 of Geeks Up TNG. Check us out on Linktree, Geeks Up TNG there, on patreon.com/Geeks Up TNG, or the website, geeksuptng.com. You can support the show on Patreon for just $1. This is the Discord server, and you can chat with the show. It's very easy. You can pay for different specials as soon as we're done recording the episode. It goes out, and $5 off is the bonus round where you get 8 vintage episodes of Big Kev's Geek Stuff.
Woohoo!
Yay! And then at $10, you can join us live in the Zoom and enjoy that. So, you can also participate in the show. You can potentially hear yourself in a future episode. Geeks Up TNG on the GBO line. And everyone 70-5. Or you can send us an email at geeksuptng@gmail.com.
What's in the news?
So what's up, Jeff? What's new with you?
Not a thing.
Not a thing.
Nope. Just living life.
We talked about Thunderbolts last week. Did you want to
I
find any?
still haven't seen it.
Oh, I thought you were seeing it on Thursday. I thought you said you were
Nope.
going to see it.
I was not able to see it. So I have not seen it, but it's okay. It's not spoilery or anything if you want to talk about it.
No, we talked about it last week, but man, you probably don't have the shot left before they replace it with something else in the one theater on the island, right?
Oh, that's long gone.
Oh, it's gone. So
Oh, yeah. Is what it is.
You ready for what's next? Is it Fantastic Four next?
Ironheart.
Ironheart should be on Disney Plus.
That's Disney Plus.
I finally started to see some ads for it. So
Yeah, for the first time.
yeah. I don't know. I mean, Disney's going to buy out. They're paying $439 to buy out Hulu, so that they'll just own it straight out, I guess.
Wow. Who'd want it?
Yeah, it's a weird thing. I think that they ought to just consolidate and just have it be Disney Plus, and you get all the
Disney plus that shit Hulu has.
Absolutely. They've been like making some Hulu content available on Disney Plus, but just like for a couple of weeks, like giving you a taste, first one's free kind of thing. So
First taste is free.
that's right.
They should well, I feel like if they put it all together, one thing is gonna make it so fucking expensive just to have Disney Plus. They're definitely gonna up the fucking price then. Suck.
I mean, yeah, that's true. They'll up the price. I mean, I guess they could have it as, that's what it is now. It's a tier, right? You buy books separate, you buy Disney Plus separate, you pay slightly more and get the two of them. So, I don't know.
And I like Hulu stuff. I'm not gonna have to go ahead. I watch Hulu. Hulu got decent stuff. Painful. That package together is gonna be pain, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff. I don't know. I gotta get in. There's several things on HBO that I need to catch up on. I still want to watch The Penguin. I haven't watched that. I need to watch Creature Commandos. I mean, I feel like I kind of need to watch that before Superman.
Is it gonna be referenced, you think? Or is it just kind of like, oh, there it wants to be caught up?
Well, it's the universe, right? I mean, it's in universe. Even it's animated, right? So, did you watch Creature Commandos?
Not yet.
Melanie, the beef I had with that show.
I heard it was pretty good.
That's good. I didn't like how they portrayed the character. Was it the fucking Weasel? I don't know. It felt like they were trying to me. I'm not saying I'm right, but to me, it felt like they were like, oh, let's try Guardians again, but this time a little more violent. We can do animated shit.
Yeah.
It's not negative. It's still decent.
I mean, James Gunn took those all characters and made Guardians popular, and so but yeah, I haven't seen much. I heard it was good when it was on, but then I haven't heard much about it. The only thing that I did hear about it was, I guess, in the background of one of the episodes, you're going to see Batman in the shadows. This is the first official view of the Gunniverse Batman.
For those who care, there is a scene where, not phosphorus,
Dr. something, right?
The closing guy, I'll call him the guy.
Voiced by Alan Tudyk, but yeah.
Yes. There's a scene where he's like dancing in and out of the club, and then it's like this lightning flash, and you see a giant heroic new Batman standing in the darkness above the window. So he looked up. It's a cartoon, but still, he looked like a fucking big dude.
Well, I mean, shadows.
Oh, he was right there though. It made it look like he was laying down. I don't think he was like 42, but he looked like a fucking linebacker.
Like the Wolverine.
Right.
They're gonna switch it up. They're gonna hire a really short guy to play Batman, and because Hugh Jackman was whatever 6'2", whatever Hugh Jackman is.
Right, and comic book Wolverine is supposed to be like 5'1", 5'2".
Yeah, something like that. I think it's like that tiny little Hugh Jackman, not Hugh Jackman. That tiny little like one from Deadpool. Speaking of which, Hot Toys solicited a Hugh Jackman weapon Age of Apocalypse Wolverine. Yeah. No, not. I mean, no. It doesn't matter if I got it or not, Sandwich. You're just going to assume that I got it. Until you're proven otherwise. Exactly. Anyway, I think I'm looking forward to Superman. I mean, we'll see if it comes off.
I think it was going to be really good showing us. In general, I really do think so. And I like a lot of it. I guess Baby Beef is, I just wish Crypto was more like a lab, because I mean, it's a tiny little dog. I figured the dog was like more lab.
Oh, I never assumed that. I've seen him drawn different ways. I think it's as the comic relief, which is clearly what we're getting here. I think it's more interesting that he's tiny, that he's a little dog. You know, like he's a little yappy. You know, those little yappy dogs. I think that's more interesting.
I sure his picture of him as being bigger.
I mean, he doesn't need to be big. He's super dog.
That's right. You be big.
I heard somebody, I think it's on an article that was like some of the foreign ads for it are implying that maybe his secret identity will come out in this movie.
And that will ruin it. So let's hope that bullshit it's bad enough. It's bad enough that, as usual, Lois knows that he's Superman right out of the gate. And he's just dumb. You know?
But they're not doing the origin story right.
Well, no, they're not, but that's not the point. The point is the charm of it, at least one of the charms of it, is that, you know, everyone talks about, oh, Christopher Reeve, Superman, and that was one of the things that was enjoyable of the first two movies, was the fact that, you know, that she didn't know. I don't know.
Yeah, very true. Very true.
And again, that's in part, that took me immediately out of the Superman movie. The other one. The Superman. Yeah. No, the Brandon Routh one had a whole bunch of problems. No, the Henry Cavill one, the first one, Man of Steel. That took me right out of that movie.
Yeah, it was an interesting thing.
That's one way to put it.
Like that she immediately visible. There's not even like a plain word.
Yeah, I know. Like, well, so much for that. You know what I mean? Like that little sort of, you know, what the right word is. You know, that sort of, it's not a trope because it's a good thing. And I identify tropes as being bad things. So I don't think it's a trope, but it certainly is not, it's like, it's part of the character. I don't know. That really upsets me when they do that. And it's clearly true because the most recent trailer, we know for certain that she knows. So that's not a question, even. I don't know. I'm apprehensive. I like everything about it except that at the moment.
actually heard somebody's theory that so in the scene where she's interviewing him, this person's theory was that she doesn't know, and he's playing the part of Superman for her pretend interview, but then he's actually getting upset at the questions that, because he's trying to judge Superman thinks that what he did was right.
Well,
So
I don't know. I mean, if that's the case, that would be clever. That would be a clever ruse if that were the case. And yeah, I mean, it certainly would be interesting. It's a very, I would think it's a very James Gunn thing to kind of do. So yeah, not bad if it's true, but big if. Big giant if.
If they're big neon timers.
Where's our guest?
I am waiting to see if I may need to reschedule our guest. So.
Oh, I mean, I came out of hiding for just the two of you.
That's right. We tricked you. It's actually your intervention.
Well, it is a psychologist, isn't it?
When you buy too many toys and you tell me I don't have a problem, it makes me sad.
Yeah.
I miss my happy-go-lucky Kev.
Yeah.
Where we could do things like go to Ollie's and play Fortnite together.
You son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. That's just mean. Just mean.
Aren't you playing like Fortnite Live? Like for people
With cousin Dave. That has not been officially announced yet. We are in the testing. We're in the testing stages. You know why you weren't invited? Because where have you been? You told me not playing anymore. Why am I an idiot now? It's basically that, yeah. That's it. And do production and such as it is. We're doing bits. That's when we go to YouTube, it'll be about bits. What about what? Oh yeah, that would be funny. Yeah.
It's early, so I'm still waiting. I need a coffee.
Ah, that's right. Oh man. So, what were we talking about in the anime stuff? Kaiju number 8, season 2 premieres on July 19th. When you were watching, Kevin, didn't you? What did you have to say about
Kaiju number 8 is the one that I want to watch.
I've heard good things. The animation looks nice.
Yeah, but you can get it in Japanese on Crunchyroll, but only in Japanese. So subtitled, but for free. You don't have to have Crunchyroll to do that. What? I didn't know you had one. So that's great. Did we? I think it's adorable. You think I remember every conversation that you and I have.
Well, you remember the ones when I'm the asshole, and remember the ones when I'm trying to be fucking helpful.
Well, how can I have room for any other ones since there are so many of those?
This jerk over here.
This fucking guy.
And then Dan,
That's the one. Jack's been trying to get me to watch that one. I told him I like Kaiju #8 because the design. I like the character design. I don't know. I mean, it just seems like maybe I'll hate it. You know what I mean? Which would suck because then I would have to sell all of these Kaiju #8 toys. Which I got in Japan, by the way, for dirt cheap. Sandwich before you get all panicky. I really like the character designs. Not yet. So I have, I'm very black and white when it comes to anime. I like what I like, and I don't like anything else. And it's, I'm trying to be a bit more open-minded about it, and I'm trying to, check out a couple of these, things that like Jack is an anime fanatic. Well, maybe not fanatic, but he's a fan certainly.
he's an enjoyer.
Yeah, and so he's like, "You got to try this. You got to try this." And I'm trying to keep open mind, but
Well,
it's tough.
Dan, the #1 most watched anime series for 18 to 49-year-olds. Cheer. And that's the one about the search for the guy's balls? Yeah. I gotta find my balls over here.
I don't know anything about. I mean, I feel like Jack probably told me the premise of that show, and for the life of me, I can't tell you what it was. But it was so strange that I was just like, okay, how are they even doing a show like that? Sorta.
No, I really like this show. It's fun. I can't really say much more on it. I actually just caught up. We talked for a while then. I just caught up with lots of I feel like the Japanese. They go here and my favorite friends books, man. Reading Nathan and dropping this.
Oh, I can't hear it. Still can't hear it.
Yeah, no, it's not coming. It's not what I wanted. Hold on. I have to play the whole thing.
What the fuck are you doing? Chill. Take it easy. My balls over here. This fucking moron's playing Hazel. Get the fuck out of here.
I'm losing my balls over here. It's my favorite cell line. Anyway. All right. Sorry. I got off track.
Yeah, a little.
It's okay. I'm not
You just like it, so you're trying to desperately find a way to use it.
I mean, it's appropriate for anime, so I'm gonna use it.
We gotta have Jack on and explain to us why we should watch that show.
Yeah, we can have the Jack and Sandwich Anime Alley show.
Oh,
we can't do that.
Not for a whole show. No, I'm saying that could be like a bonus show.
definitely couldn't be a whole show. No one would listen.
As opposed to now.
See, this is the problem. The denying of the new culture. We do it constantly. Why we want to do it? We just give it to deny us. The new culture on the end.
What's the new culture? Is we just bludgeon them with everything? That's how that works?
Like, you want to talk about something and you're like, nah, boring, it's lame. You understand? You understand this, old fogey?
Oh, I see where you're going. Okay.
These kids today with their anime and their mangas and their hentai tentacle born all over the place.
That's like they don't. I don't know. Is that even a thing anymore? Wasn't that like a late '80s, early '90s thing?
Hentai tentacle born?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure it's still a
I don't know.
I don't partake.
I didn't see any figures for it in Japan.
You should look in the right spots. It definitely still exists.
Yeah, we met one of the artists from The Little Mermaid, who was the guy who designed Ursula. And guess what a bunch of his other art was?
You had him what on what? At a con or something?
I met him at Flex San Diego a couple of years ago.
Oh, yeah, there's a topic that you and I have to discuss.
Are you coming out for it?
No, but you're going.
There we go again. There's exclusive toys that I want.
As per usual.
Yes.
Last year that I got the Jim, what's the rabbit?
Usagi? Was that last year? I thought that was 2 years ago.
Might have been 2 years ago, but the actual creator of it was there and he signed it.
Yeah. It's the actual creator who you don't know the name of? Oh my God. What kind of show are we doing? Stan Sakai.
Okay.
Oh, that's fair. That was a nice defense, Sandwich. Not his. I mean, I just, yeah. BORED games. Yes. You're an absolute expert at that, I'm sure.
We're going to talk about that later, too.
Oh, yeah, we do. Yeah, because I had to deal with that shit over the weekend. I'm about done with that.
Wait, what? We can talk about it now. What are we talking about? What am I missing?
It's nothing. Not for air. Not safe. Not safe for air discussion. Family business.
All right. Well, if you want to talk anime, you can probably catch Jack now at Huracan. That's this weekend, right?
Bye, Sandwich. You better go out there. If you disappoint.
No way. That's why I'm trying to fucking try. And the $50 it costs me to go there.
Oh, it doesn't cost you $50.
How much do you think the fucking holes are?
I don't know,
I know
$1 buck?
what those are. You know how I know? Because every time you go to New York, you use my fucking Easy Pass. I know what those are.
I don't know what you're talking about. I live in Hawaii.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, no, I know what the fucking Huracan this weekend. I've been looking at my fucking bank account. I'm gonna lose $100.
Sandwich.
Buying shit at fucking Huracan.
First of all, every single time we passed the toll station,
That's
you did
that.
say thank you so much.
That's.
Very
that
polite about it.
Thank you. I know what you're gonna say. Go ahead.
You're appreciated. I should let you know you're appreciated.
That's true.
Appreciated.
That's true.
Yeah, sure.
It's true. I said it every time.
Yeah, so I think that we didn't. Now that I did that little mini con a couple weeks ago. I think that going forward, Sandwich should have a table at Huracan to promote the show. That's what I think. So
I mean,
sit there
I always thought that would be a good idea, but Sandwich is like, I have to stand and talk to people.
the lady Sandwich to join you, and you guys can have a fun day hanging out together in beautiful,
Beautiful Island.
Beautiful. Where's this con? Oh yeah, George like a haven.
I think I was gonna do it. Like I said, I had a good time at that convention here in Reno Valley, and then there's 2 more.
I mean, in fairness, some of the most fun OG and I had was doing Geek Flea. Sandwich, you never did Geek Flea with me, did you? Maybe once?
No, never.
No, not even when I did it for Retailer X. Oh, okay. I couldn't remember.
I haven't had a fucking.
It was April, right? It was the last Geek Fleet.
I think they want like they do like the same kind of like Huracan. I think there's one in the April.
They were doing that.
shop doesn't really promote that shit right now.
What do you mean?
But yeah, I don't really hear about it. I don't even see those really anywhere. I find out like complete like the weekend before like almost every time, which sucks because I already have a meeting up set up.
So here's the deal. I think the reason you don't hear about it is because we're used to hear about Geekly on this program right here where we promote geek stuff. So we'll make sure that it's about promoting Geekly and that we get a table for sandwich out of the Geekly and that we get a table at the next Huracan and whatever other small local conventions we can get out to. And of course, you know, that's nothing compared to New York Comic Con where we have the wonderful booth in a prime location.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
How many? You say that every year, Kev. How many people came by?
3.
No. How many people attend New York? It was like
Oh, I don't know.
150,000 or some ridiculous number like that.
I'm sure it's bigger than that.
so. I think it's like 200. I think it was 200,000. Anyway, and, you know, so you know we can do the big cons, we can do the little local cons. I think those are the things we got to do. We got to be
Excited
excited
to see people at New York Comic Con like West Coast Scott, Kev, and others,
And Sandwich. And Sandwich, who is out of excuses. 'Cause you ain't got no more friends
I got lots of friends. I got
who are not married.
the more this year.
List article. Are you getting married in October of 2025? Can I be
Yeah, exactly.
Can I just get an invite?
Just give me an invite. Well, Tinder wedding and I'll give you a good gift. Just give me a reason not to go to New York Comic Con this year.
I'll give you tickets to New York Comic Con.
Yeah, I'll trade you my pass to the New York Comic Con for an invitation to your wedding. Oh, Sandwich. What are you gonna do to me?
Not invite me to come.
It's not like, I love that you think it's like some optional thing. Like you
Just not go.
you got out of it for a couple of years. Those years are
Yeah,
gone.
for actual reasons. It's not like I
Debatable. Debatable
a car
point.
accident and a vacation, and I had to go to a bachelor party. Those are my reasons. I don't get to walk around and gather with my friends like certain other people in the program, who I won't say.
Well, I won't say the name of.
I mean, you know, we had lots of time to we had lots of help with the
Yeah, because he had to hire 5 people to replace one stage.
You know how many jokes I can make out of that statement? Nothing. I had interference.
You're irreplaceable. We couldn't
That's what I meant.
barely could do it without you. It was extremely difficult. It took a village of people to help make things
A village of old people.
That is true. So
Alcoholic. Who's the alcoholic?
make sure that you have a good time.
Oh. Oh, I see what you did there.
Well, I might not be all the way wrong.
We're all some kind of alcoholic. I'll tell you that.
Right.
Did I send you see that thing I sent you? It was I guess I had like a glove before. It was just like all of this dice. I'm like, oh, this is gonna like this. Yeah. It was very beautiful.
I couldn't do that.
You need 2 dice. You need like a whole arm full of dice.
I have a dice bag and other dice go in my dice. I got.
Have you used your Arby's dice yet?
They're fucked up.
They roll well. Oh. Interesting.
Kind of fair.
Oh, I picked up this. I went to visit my friends over at the Hungry Dragon. I don't know if we're gonna see this.
Oh. Is that the meats? Is that the meat pops?
550 new monsters for your 5e games. Includes challenge ratings from 0 to 30.
Oh, off-brand D&D stuff. Cute.
Cool. I mean, custom game stuff is pretty cool. I like their original adventures reincarnated. So anyway, I picked that up. And then the Hungry Dragon guys are gonna be having a free RPG day, which is what? June 20. Let me find the date. I don't know. Gotta remember what it is. Free RPG. What could that be about?
Remember in the good old days when we used to celebrate that sandwich?
Yeah. Hey, if you're in my area, go check out the Hungry Dragon. They've got some good stuff going on June 21st for free RPG day. But wherever you are, go to your local game store and see what they've got going on for free RPG day. You can also go to their website, freerpgday.com, and then look up, who's doing something in your area.
Yeah, free RPG day because RPGs have been held down by the man.
Not that kind of, no. It's like free comic book day. They're not free comic books. They're giving out free comic books. They're giving out free RPG stuff. I got a dice bag last year. I got a couple of those one-shot. They give out ammo. They got what? They give out ammo.
Oh, that was a good one. Sandwich, well done.
I know where you can find it. If you're in the LA area, you can probably find some RPGs around. Topical politically, you can't get enough of it. But yeah, so check out this weekend. You're gonna go to Huracan. Next weekend is free RPG day. Also next weekend, let's see. No, it's this weekend. So same weekend, I'm gonna be at HellmouthCon. I will be volunteering there. The lineup of Buffy and Angel cast members that are there is amazing. So I'm looking forward to that. It's gonna be a long, busy weekend. It's gonna be fun. So that's where I will be. So if you happen to be in Torrance at Torrance High School, where they filmed Buffy the Vampire Slayer, come on out to HellmouthCon and come say hi to me.
Who's got a blue bear?
Who's gonna be there? Oh my god. James Marshall's right. Spike's gonna be there. I'll just name the character names because it'll be easier for me. Spike and Drusilla. Let's see who else. So all three of the principals. So Armin Shimerman, right? Who's also Quark from Star Trek. He's gonna be there. D.B. Woodside. Let's see. You got Potential Slayer. You got Barovia, who is this calendar. David Greenwald, the co-creator of Angel and wonderful writer. He also wrote Show of Prophet and Grimm and a whole bunch of other stuff.
What about Buffy?
No, Sarah Michelle Gellar's not going to be there. But
Okay.
He's working on the run you read with this movie too.
Okay, what about Willow?
They're working on. I think maybe we might be able to get her next year, hopefully.
Okay, what about David Boreanaz?
No, not even Boreanaz.
All right, what about Charisma Carpenter?
No.
Wait, what about that idiot that played the dumb kid Brandon, whatever his name is?
It's either Brendan Fraser or Brendan Elijah. No, he's not going to be there.
Eliza Dushku?
No, she's busy getting. She just got her degree.
Degree in what?
She's a therapist now.
Oh, I see.
You didn't know that?
No, who knew? Who knew she wanted to be a therapist?
She got her master's degree in clinical mental health counseling.
Wow. I don't need critical mental health counseling. I don't need that either.
lasting friends from that one because everybody gets so much in common. It's really easy to hang out with people and follow up. As opposed to like a Comic Con where it's every single fandom under the sun. You're not going to bump into somebody that you have a lot in common with in business. So I would suggest going to Comic Con if you're in Southern California, and if you are in the tri-state area, go to
Huracan for fans of hurricanes.
Yes. Free Hurricane Day.
National Free Hurricanes.
All right, what else do you want to talk about? What else is going on?
Is there other stuff going on?
I mentioned the Doctor Who thing. I didn't even follow Doctor Who.
Oh, that's right. Okay, let's do the Doctor Who now that we got Kev here. Where's Little Fifi?
Yeah, hysterical.
Little Fifi Sue stuff coming this summer. Okay, you go.
I go.
Who's you go?
You go. Say, what do you think about Doctor Who?
So, first of all, I want to say I'm not a fucking Doctor Who fan.
No kidding.
I saw this because it popped up on my TikToks and whatnot, on my social medias. So they changed the Doctor already. Now I feel like we just fucking got this guy. I can't wait. What's this guy's name?
Judy.
Say what you're thinking, Sandwich. The black guy.
Oh,
What?
well, you would think what I think is not the same thing.
Sir.
How you manifest your
He is a black guy, sir. You're not saying anything out of bounds.
What I'm saying is I didn't want to butcher his name because there's no way I know saying Cootie. That's what? Cootie, whatever it is. The guy with cooties.
Yeah, Judy Gatwa. He was also on Sex Education on Netflix, which is a really good show. He's up and coming, and so he's moving on. You're right. He was not there very long. I think that there's some issues with that, but he's moving on to probably a very bright career. He just didn't stay very long. I do feel like he was one of the shortest tenures other than Eccleston.
So he only got like 2 seasons out of it.
2 seasons.
Doctor.
Yes.
23 to 25. And now they're replacing it with this girl. What people are telling me, there's the Billy Piper. Billy Piper was Tyler. So that's like a fun little companion, I think. Night Doctor.
She was the first companion of the reboot, right? When it came back with Eccleston, she was the first companion. Eccleston did not return, so you got David Tennant in after that as the 10th Doctor. And then, so now it appears that she's going to be the incarnation that Rose Tyler, or at least which seems completely out of whack with the standard Doctor Who lore, right? That's not generally how it works. But also the standard Doctor Who lore said there was only 13 incarnations. Right? I mean, so I mean, there's definitely everything else. Judy also. Back, yeah.
So, I mean, I just think it's interesting that I feel like this is a foundation of, hey, 60 years ago we said we're going to get 30 information, and this thing's making place in sections, and now they're kind of like, okay, what do we do now?
I mean, yeah, it does seem like a panic.
Yeah, like I don't understand how. Maybe he said like, hey, after the first season or whatever, and they expected longer from him, and that's why they kind of like, all right, who's in our phone right now? We can call to come back and do this role for us. But this one was how long should we get? Because I feel like what was the other woman who was Doctor Who before?
Jodie Whittaker.
I feel like she's been in the it was Jodie to Judy, right?
Yes.
And there was the guy Capaldi before. And then the two guys before Capaldi had like they were Doctor Who for ages.
Yeah, Matt Smith and David Tennant did have a pretty long run each, and then Eccleston only had the first season, and he was great, but he just did not get along with the creators, and it was
I guess it's interesting to see where this will go for Doctor Who fans. I stand by. I'm not a huge fan of Doctor Who. I really don't care that much. But it popped up on my news feed, and I thought it was weird. It's like, I know that person vaguely for some reason. And I looked into it, like, oh, that's a weird take. See how it goes. It'd be funny if they came back as a companion too. And they made her like.
She is her own companion.
So every episode they have to do the special effects where there's twins, right? She's playing parts.
Yep. It'd be funny. I'd like it.
Of course she would.
Bringing back old companions. You know, if they do that, then I'll start watching Doctor Who.
I mean, they do tend to do those kind of things, right? You know, revisit, and you'll see an old companion come back through here and there. Unfortunately, I'm very far behind on Doctor Who. It was just,
Back to you.
oh, I mean, my last Doctor was Matt Smith. So when I switched from Matt Smith to Peter Capaldi, I was pretty much strangely kids. And so it was just, that was one of the things that we didn't have time for anymore. So, you know, so I haven't seen Capaldi or Jodie Whittaker or Shooty or, you know, Ted coming back, right? So really we've been talking about trying to catch up on it, and the question is, do we just start watching it with Capaldi, or do we go back and rewatch starting with 9 and watch all of Eccleston, Tennant, and Smith? Which I kind of want to do. I would rather start over and rewatch it so that I'm fresh with all of them.
That's like 10 years of Doctor. Really sure.
It is. It's a lot. So, I don't know.
Ken, do you Doctor?
No, you know I don't.
You've never Doctor?
Never.
I feel like lost Doctor.
Nope.
You're a secret Doctor.
No. I've never liked the show. I tried.
It's like British humor.
Would you like?
It is, but it's not though. Like Red Dwarf is British humor that I like.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. What's the difference?
There's a lot of difference.
What's the difference in Red Dwarf and Doctor Who?
It's completely different, sir. I like one, I don't like the other. How about that for a difference? Is that enough of a difference for you?
I mean, but I'm just trying to understand what is it that you don't like about Doctor Who, because I feel like they have the same sensibility.
I don't agree with that at all.
I feel like, well, I mean, again, I could be wrong, but I feel like British sci-fi comedy has a similar, feel to it. You know, so, but I mean, my favorite books are The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, which Douglas Adams wrote for Doctor Who a little bit. And, so Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy feels like it would be.
Well, I'm not a fan of that either.
I thought the Red Dwarf was very similar.
No, I don't agree.
I mean, I haven't really watched Red Dwarf, so I could be wrong.
So what you're saying is, if I hear you correctly, is you don't know what you're talking about.
No, you're right. I don't. I thought Red Dwarf was similar. You're telling me it's not. So maybe now I need to check out Red Dwarf to understand why you like that and not Doctor Who.
Yes. You know why I like Red Dwarf and not Doctor Who? At least one of the reasons. It's a sitcom. It's a 2-camera, 3-camera, whatever they did at the time. Sitcom. There's audience. And I'm not saying, you absolutely have to have that in order for something to work, for me to appreciate it. I'm not saying that at all. But what I'm saying is that's part of the reason that I enjoy it.
Are you caught up on the pit?
Nope.
Are you caught up? What's the last thing you watched, sir?
House.
So did you moved on when you finished watching ER? Did you move on to the rewatch of House? Is that where you're at?
No. I did Walking Dead in there. You remember me talking about that?
So you finished the final season of The Walking Dead.
Yeah. And I did Daryl Dixon season 1.
Oh, okay. You never talked about that. Give us the camp scoop.
I liked it. I did like it. Yeah, I thought it was good. I mean, there's a lot of stuff you have to accept in it. I haven't seen season 2, which I'm pretty sure is Carol, which I really find it odd that McBride, Melissa McBride, I think is the actress's name, that she waffles back and forth between I'm done and I want to do more. Because I think the reason it wasn't the Daryl and Carol show out of the gate was because she didn't want to go to Europe. Because the season 1 of Daryl Dixon takes place in Europe. So, like in France specifically. And I think she didn't want to I think go to France to film something like that. I don't remember exactly what the story was, but something along those lines. But then of course she's by the end of the season, she's in the, like they're setting up the next season and you see Carol is looking for Daryl's gone missing and Carol's looking for him. So that's all I know. I also have not watched the Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live, whatever that fucking show was.
And that's the Negan and...
No, that's Dead City. I haven't watched that one either. But no, the one with Rick and Michonne is The Ones Who Live. And I have not seen that one yet.
Okay, so that's this. Did Walking Dead have an end, or did it just say the show called Walking Dead?
I mean, basically, that's what happened, yeah. That show ended. I mean, you don't really know, really. I mean, Michonne was gone off looking for Rick already, and I guess if I remember correctly from Daryl and Carol, I'm pretty certain everybody was fine. Like in the sense of, how you put it? Like, I guess they were peaceful or whatever, and Daryl went off to look for something or someone. I forget. It was a long. It's got to be 7 months ago that I watched it, so I can't remember exactly what the premise was, but I do remember that it seemed like everybody was okay.
Right, so those that they wanted to give up semi-happy ending, they could just stay in a nice place and move on with other characters somewhere else.
Right. And I guess, like Judith and, the kids, I guess they were fine and safe or whatever. And Daryl had to go off and look for some shit. I don't remember what. Because he's there. I mean, I don't know if he went off looking. He may have went off looking for Michonne, actually. Maybe that was it. Because he's basically watching the kids. Well, in that world, sir, people go missing.
I think it almost be parents are like, hey, instead of looking for someone,
That's right.
I mean, it's kind of a good device for, for being able to allow actors to do other things. So that could be a motivation.
Everybody's on their own little adventures. All right, I'm gonna ask one more show before we go. What about Andor?
I did not finish Andor. Is that what you're asking me?
Yeah. So are you on season 2? Did you finish season 1?
I did not finish season 1. I pretty much know how it ends, though.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure everybody
I do want to sit and watch it. I just haven't. That's all. You know, shit happens.
Well, let's go to break on a down note. You go take us to break, Kev.
And with that, we will take our first and only break on this episode of Geek Stuff TNG, episode 107, the one we're calling episode some other number.
Recording stopped.
And we'll come back and do the work. Everybody ready? And we'll go short. Second half. Get out of here.
We can do that.
Recording in progress.
All right. You want to talk about the Tonys in the second half of the show? How about the Tonys? And what's the Tony Awards?
No one?
Tony, your friend Tony, he has awards. Tony down the street.
I don't think that's the right Tony, sir.
Is that a different Tony?
I think it may be a different Tony.
I would know if Tony won an award. I don't know that.
All I know is that Cole Scola won Best Performance by an Actor in the Leading Role for Golden Harry, which is one of the things that I saw when I was in New York for a New York Comic Book last year. A hilarious play about Barry Gunn. It is. I saw chaos one. Yeah,
I saw him play like one time.
Yeah?
Like, what did you see?
In the Heights.
Oh,
That's a musical, sir. Oh, sorry. That's Lin-Manuel's musical.
Lin-Manuel. That was
That's
preceding.
like more than Tony.
Didn't it precede
Hamilton.
Hamilton?
Yes. Yeah, that was his first one, and then Hamilton was his follow-up.
Was the I was seeing it. Who the hell was it? The guys fucking.
One of the Jonas Brothers.
No, one of the guys from. You guys. One of the guys from this.
Well, hold on there, sir, with your arrogant assumptions that no one has seen anything that you've seen. How dare you? How dare you, sir?
Have you seen High School Musical?
Yes.
And do you know, remember the friend's name? The main character, the guy main character is Fred. Without going to your phone and looking it up.
I'm not looking anything up.
I'm looking it up. I don't know high school. I mean, my wife would know all High School Musical people.
Yeah, exactly. We have resources.
Yeah, like your phone. Because we can't tell if you're using your phone. Because the freaking can't. Hold on, wait.
My Xbox is on because I was playing beforehand.
Oh, yeah. Before what? At 5 in the morning?
No, at 7:30.
Oh, look at this. Not on. Right, he's hiding well. But Dave's in a duo.
All right, how about
Dave's on?
was it the actor's name Lucas Reveal, who played Ryan Evans?
It's Corbin.
Corbin Blue, who played Chad Danforth.
Corbin Blue. He needed the money.
He was one of the guys.
Yeah.
Kind of been, so what's funny is we actually were originally going to go see Shrek. Because Shrek was on Broadway still. But then something happened where like Shrek got canceled. So they somehow got to pivot us to go see In the Heights.
Wow.
You know, it's funny. My kid just did a production of Shrek Junior at the local
Oh.
thing, and that was adorable. Actually, they're still doing it. They're going to do some more next weekend. So that was my life for the last 2 months of rehearsals every twice a week for Shrek.
The lovely lady.
Shrek is Sandwich's life every day.
Well, yes, I told the story about me and Lady Sandwich Yard before, right? Have I told all the joke before?
No, let's hear it.
Alright, so I was at her dad's house and we were cutting wood. Well, we were cutting wood and putting it in like piles. So I was there working. It was like the dead of July. I'm sweating like a sinner in church. And Karina, my beautiful lady sandwich, sits on a bench and she starts to sing. And a bird comes and flutters perfectly onto her finger. And she sings to the bird. And then when she's done, the bird flutters away. Like a fucking like something out of a Disney movie. I'm sweating like a fucking pig, working and breathing heavy because I'm fucking tired. And she's singing to the birds, and they're flying to her and hanging out with the little fucking woodland critter friends. She does that at least twice today, where the woodland critters have come to hang out with her when she's 6.
What did her little woodland critter friends to help do the work like Snow White does?
She already has a fucking ogre doing it.
That's it. That's what I said. Sandwich's life is like Shrek every day.
She's actually she did the she did Shrek at her high school. Her sister was the fairy godmother, and I think my girlfriend was like a really good stage actor, and then she didn't want to do the play. She wanted to do stage actor. Oh no, she was Dragon. She was Dragon.
Man, that was one of the best parts of the play too, man. The dragon prop was amazing.
Oh yeah.
She did a great job. It was fun. But the one before that my son was Beetlejuice Jr. And then I took him to see that because one of his friends was in it. And now he's obsessed with Beetlejuice. He's walking around singing the musical Beetlejuice songs all day. But that was really good. It's so good, in fact, that I think Beetlejuice is going to be playing in October when I'm there for New York Comic Con with you, Sandwich, at New York Comic Con. And afterwards, perhaps I'll take my son to see Beetlejuice on Broadway.
Your son's coming to New York?
Potentially, after it's over, my wife and my son will come out and visit.
I see.
Come see Uncle Ken.
Oh, yay.
And you bring in the kid after the work's done?
I mean, he's 8. What are we going to put him to work?
Sandwich will put him to work. Sandwich will put him to work.
Why do you want her?
You bet Sandwich will put him to work.
I'll pay him an honest wage straight from the Sandwich budget.
We all know this is an unpaid intern position. Where's the budget coming from?
Experience.
Yeah, you're learning
The currency of life.
You learn on the job.
I can't lift that box, is too heavy. Shut up, kid, lift it. Move it.
Use your back and your knees. That one.
My feet hurt. My feet hurt. I gotta sit down. Probably a little too close to home.
No, I mean, they do good at like.
I meant for Sandwich.
Oh, I see.
Oh, you don't think it's to stand all day because slave driver gets longer with this right there. Stand by.
Oh, a slave driver, is it? I see.
Yes. Yeah. You can
Gallivant.
9 hours.
It's Sunday morning. It's a tradition.
Sunday
No, never that long.
9 a.m. 5:37. Start leaving as we comes up.
I will make sure that you get some time to walk around the garden this year.
Thanks.
Yeah, he will make sure because he is in charge.
As the producer of the show, I promise to get some time to walk around New York Comic Con this year.
Oh, as the producer. Oh, that's different. Since you're the producer of the show, then you should dictate how the con goes. I guess.
Hey, you know what? I realized, speaking of conventions, so LA Comic Con, they started to list their photo ops and stuff. So speaking of Doctor Who, Billy Piper and David Tennant are going to be there. And so, Rose and Ted, that is who my lovely wife and I were cosplaying as when we got engaged. So.
Oh my God! You should totally get a picture signed.
We're gonna wear our Doctor Who and Rose cosplay and go get pictures with Tennant and Billy Piper. So that will be fun.
I like it. It's cute.
Do ya? Do ya? Is it cute?
Can it kill you? To be supportive for once? It's just this aura of negativity.
You're a horror of negativity.
Oh! So you hear this abuse I get, Scott? I'm trying to be positive, my friend. I don't get to talk to him a lot. He's busy. I'm trying to enjoy our time together. You calling me a horror? A horror what?
You can believe it.
It's the character. You get to stay in character for the show.
The sun is affecting him, I think, at this point.
That's what it is. Well done.
You know why? Because we come back to dreary, old, cold, and rainy New Jersey. I get old Kev back. Old Kev, it's nice. We have good conversation. We talk about things. You know, it's fun. When he's out in the sun too long, I think it affects his brain scans a little bit or something like that.
His brain scans. Is that what it affects? His brain scans?
You see, in this fresh, you get real.
You know you're a stuttering, muttering, you know what you are?
Now go home and get your fucking shine box. Why is that one so clear?
Crystal clear. Crystal clear, that one.
I just came up and seen it for a long time, and I'm drinking it positive, but when you get fucking fresh.
True. He is getting fresh.
That one's so clear. That's the most clear drop we have. What's so clear? Even fucking Kenobi's that clear. Oh, I love that.
Totally got you.
No, I got it. What about this one?
Nothing is on. Nothing. You just don't turn it off. That was so pretty good. I'm smart. Someone give me money sense. Like, no, I'm smart and I want respect. I like that one. What else we got? Kevin's falling asleep with that. I can see in his eyes.
Kevin's losing it. Why?
I'm not losing anything. Oh, God's sake. Relax.
Henry Cavill says Warhammer 40K is very tricky and complex.
Duh.
It's okay.
I mean, you see, they finished doing the Voltron live action. Like, you barely heard anything about that.
Well, you can just tell right away how good it's going to be then.
But I mean, that would be exciting. I would like to see a Voltron live action. If they do it, I wonder how it's going to be. We'll see.
Terrible. How do you think it's going to be?
I mean, so this is not me trying to be a dick. How much difference?
Well, you don't have to try. That's the beauty of you.
How much difference is it really going to be Power Rangers?
Very, because
Voltron is nothing like Power Rangers.
nothing like Power Rangers. That's insulting.
They're color coordinated teenagers. Get into giant robots that transform into other giant robots. I mean, listen, it's the same thing.
Well, hold on. Power Rangers do like karate fights with the bad guys.
Yeah,
first,
there's a ton of them.
Before they become the big thing, the Megazord or whatever.
What do you think they're going to spend the whole time with the Voltron fighting? No, half of the movie's going to be them doing regular stuff like fighting.
Yeah, but the Voltron guys never fight anybody hand to hand. They get in their lions, and then they fly into space. And they fight giant space monsters, and then eventually they form Voltron out of the lions.
Yeah,
Like,
So it's
it's an origin story. Hello.
It's half of Power Rangers, but it's basically Power Rangers. The Power Rangers who can't fight.
You don't know what they can fight or not fight.
Well, if they're not fighting on the ground, if they don't have a ground fight, they do get in the ship. I imagine they can't fight. So they run away to the giant net. I would kill them. All I'm hearing is one of those is the Power Rangers.
I don't think that's true.
All I gotta do is beat them up. Apparently, these guys, if they don't get in their ship, they're gonna lose. So all we gotta do is we gotta catch them on the ground before they get in their cats. Beat up them with our power. We got Power Rangers. We got teenagers, 2 powers, and just 1 teenagers. Just beat them up, and then we win.
Okay, so see which one yes it is. When did Power Rangers come into existence?
In America or in Japan?
In America.
Oh, in America. I'll give you in Japan when the Power Rangers.
You're a Super Sentai. I'm just saying. You do what you want.
I'm trying to find out what's Sentai. 1975 was the first official Super Sentai, which is Japanese version.
Did that have the kids fighting and everything? Were they kids too?
They were like 4 in Japan.
Alright. I was thinking of also came up with Power Rangers. Ultron.
Oh, would you look at that, huh? Oh, it looks like sandwiches right for once. Would you look at that? All this to say, listen, I'm not anti-Voltron. I think Voltron's cool because they're my favorite Power Rangers. Because they're color-coordinated teenagers that get in effect.
They're just not gay like Power Rangers.
They are gay because they copy Power Rangers. That makes them gay.
Alright, Black Ranger, let's go. Once again, I am in the Green Dragon.
Green Falcon.
The Green Falcon, right. Okay, Black Falcon, let's go. I'm just worried that when we get into space, you're going to start calling out for Black Falcon, but I am in the Green Falcon, and then I might misunderstand.
I like Blue Falcon.
Blue Falcon and...
Dynamite.
Dynamite. That's right. He was a big character in, like, one of the more...
Action figures, like in the last, I don't know, 10 years.
Yeah, I feel like in the reboot, like the original cartoons, he was kind of goofy, right?
No,
No, he was never goofy.
Dynamite was.
Dynamo was the comic relief.
Yeah.
All right. I remember those. I just watched those.
I remember.
Blue Falcon was a decent hero, just trying to do good, but he was saddled with that idiot dog robot.
Yes, because all 80s kid shows had to have the horrific comic relief that brought the whole show down. Like Snarf, like Orko. The show would have been better without those characters if it was just a straight up adventure show with no comic relief.
No, that's impossible.
Snarf
He's
sucks.
comic relief.
Snarf,
Oh,
Orko's okay, he can do magic, he's at least useful.
Bullshit.
no, you need that horrible comic relief. So you know what's bad for content later. If you have the example of what's bad, then you'll never know what's good, really.
Makes sense.
He-Man had two.
If they do an episode,
He-Man had two of those.
if they do an episode with
Orko and Cringer.
appreciate how good the episode is.
Right, you wouldn't appreciate how good the rest of the episode is. All the parts of the episode without the horrible comic relief that are actually good.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I don't know how when is the new He-Man live action coming out?
Who knows? I want to talk toys a little.
Oh, let's talk toys.
So Marvel Legends has issued a bunch of 2-packs coming out over the next couple of weeks. 2 of them have already come out. One of them has sold out, where they're basically using designs from Marvel versus Capcom. They can't say Capcom, however. But that's how we're going to get a new, better Juggernaut and Shumagorath for the first time. But he's known as Gargantos. Looks like an awesome figure. I hope it comes out half as good as it looks, because it does look really good. Also of note in that release, finally an updated Psylocke that everyone has been asking for forever. And that one sold out in 5 minutes because the dumbasses at Hasbro made it a Target exclusive. So people are probably not going to end up getting it anyway, but still. And there's 2 more 2-packs coming. I think one is this week and maybe one is next week or something like that. Forget. And then Juggernaut, a really awesome looking new Juggernaut, and then Shumagorath. So that's the Marvel Legends front. It's also Yojo June. That's when Hasbro remembers that they do G.I. Joe toys. And they've already had one pre-order. I forget. I think the next one, they had one live stream, rather, with a couple of pre-orders. And I think they're having one every week in June with new pre-orders or new reveals or some shit. The significance of this one that just passed, though, is that one of the original 13 was announced. It's Colonel Hawk, and he comes with the MMS, which is a tow missile system based on the original toy that I'm pretty sure Hawk came with back in 1980. Oh, let's say 4 or 5, something like that. Hawk starts out as a colonel, but then he becomes General Hawk later on in the in the mythos. So this is when he's still Colonel Hawk. However.
Is this and you said this song? Where's that one coming from? I just want to look it up.
Hasbro. I think that one, the MMS. Oh no, that wasn't the exclusive. They had an exclusive one release also. I just don't remember what it was. Can't remember. Slice and Dice. It was a pair of ninjas because G.I. Joe heavily into ninjas in the 80s because the 80s. So there you go. Little toy update for you. Trying to think. Our friends over at Four Horsemen launched their latest line called Infinite Legions, where they're working with other artists and other creators to do like Mythic Legions versions. No, not versions, but like Mythic Legions, like a line of Mythic Legions based on other people's stuff. The first guys they're doing are the Glylos guys, which is someone who they were very heavily inspired by when it comes to the whole pop and swap thing that Mythic Legions does, where you can take parts from this one and parts from that one and so on. So that was the first one that they've done. Let's see what else happened in the toy world. I feel like there's something else. I don't remember what. I mean, Target's Geek Out, which I'm confused when it's not a Geek Out anymore. It used to be like a thing that happened once in a while. Now it seems like it happens all the time. Where they have specific days are for specific companies. Every Friday you get new releases. Which is cool, but also it's Target. So, between Target and Walmart, you never know, what you're actually going to get. So, yeah. So
You don't know what you're going to get by quality.
Well, you don't know if you're actually going to get them. That's one problem. Because they are Walmart especially is famous for canceling pre-orders. Like famous for it. Like even if you get a Walmart exclusive, like you get it in your cart and you pay for it and you're like, cool, I got it. In the back of your head, there's a good chance you may not get it. Because Walmart cancels pre-orders. I'll give you a great example of this. Todd McFarlane did one of his stupid cover recreations, but it was Killing Joke. Joker with the camera, purple suit, if you remember that. Well, according to according to Walmart, the truck with the majority of them on it got stolen. So they were forced to cancel several pre-orders as a result.
You know what's great about that is the idea that somehow someone stole a truck full of toys and they just don't know where the fuck it went.
Yeah.
As a concept.
In this day and age.
In a related story, if anybody wants to buy a Killing Joke covered McFarlane Joker, just send me a DM.
You know, if you had delivered that might have been funny. You're stumbling through the delivery. You're stuttering, muttering, prick you.
I could just redo it and edit it in and it'll sound perfect.
You could, and you edit all this out, and you could do that. That's 100% true. You could.
And then we just have like a weird heartbreak right here. And then there's like that first. There you go. What do you think? Love it. Send it.
So, I mean, there was a couple other news things. I mean, nothing, I don't know, toy-wise, I mean, nothing so extraordinary as to be like, breaking news. You know, nothing like that. I mean, I wish there was, but, you know, it's the lull before San Diego. So,
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's just kind of like the state of things. Exactly. Like, we're waiting for San Diego to happen. We're waiting for just things to occur.
yeah, exactly.
And then when they occur, like, oh, San Diego, yeah. Oh, we did it. They had the Microsoft Expo recently. Did you guys hear about that? Did you guys see the things about that?
No.
They announced that a handheld Xbox system essentially.
Oh, really?
Yes, like an Xbox.
That could be
ROG Ally.
dangerous.
Yeah, Xbox ROG Ally X.
ROG
Sorry,
Ally?
ROG Xbox Ally X.
Okay, so
It's essentially
there
a graphics card or something.
is
An Xbox Anywhere. and
is
it's
the
also
ROG the
access-
graphics card? Is that what it is?
I don't know if ROG. So ROG Ally was a company. They had like a handheld. I call it it's like a Steam device. So Steam
Oh.
is like what I use for my games on PC.
So did Microsoft buy that company, basically?
I think it's a partnership, essentially. I don't know if
Interesting.
they bought it or not.
Interesting.
But it has access to it's an Xbox. It's a mobile Xbox in theory that also has access to PC systems. So, I mean, it looks cool. It also basically looks like they took an Xbox controller, as seen here, and stretched it out and then just jammed it a fucking screen in the middle of it.
Did you have to blow the dust off of yours before you showed it to us?
No, I play sports games.
Oh, I see.
Sports games.
Nerd.
Like, actually, that's the name of the show. Eat some TNG right here, folks.
Right here, folks. On the program. We're right here on the program today, folks. You know, I've been watching a lot of online, Scott, Otto and George.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm being inspired by old Otto and George bits.
You guys can cosplay in New York. You can cosplay Otto George. You can be Otto and Sandwich can be George. It'll be hilarious.
Yeah, it'll be none of those things.
The mobile Xbox is coming out this holiday season.
This holiday season.
What's the deal with the Switches? Isn't there some new?
So Switch 2 came out.
And no one cared.
Everyone cared. Just not you. It like sold out everywhere. It's apparently a good console. There's a lot of problems with it. One of them being when you buy a physical little disc, you're not buying the actual game. You're buying a key to open the game.
Access. Correct.
And the entire console needs to be online to work. So, if you live in the middle of nowhere, or you're on an island with shitty Wi-Fi, I'm not saying literally Kevin, but just as an example, because it kind of works.
and it kind of works.
You need immaculate internet access to players. So,
And with the old one, you can play offline or online.
yes.
Also, the Switch 2 is online only forever.
Also, there's issues with like the internals. Well, say I got a game. Say I got Mario. Play my Mario. And at some point, I gave it to Scott. There's apparently some weird thing with the way that little cartridge would work with your Switch. That it would think you stole it. And it
Awesome.
would send a weird voltage to your board. And it might, there's a possibility of it breaking your Switch.
Awesome. I love that feature.
Also, it's not really a console that can be fixed if something happens.
Yep.
Because
It's
once
disposable.
again, when you crack it open, if at any point anything on that board sends a weird voltage, from what I've heard, I don't know the exacts of it. There's some weird voltage to it, and once again, either reset your Switch or break it.
There you go.
It means it's a fucking brick.
Disposable.
So be aware of that. Those of you who want the Switch 2. But what I'm doing is with the new Switch 2 coming out, I'm gonna buy. I never got the old Switch, so I'm gonna save those cheap anywhere now and just buy one of those.
That sounds awesome.
Right. So it went from you can play it anywhere to it's only online, and also you can never share any game that you buy with anybody because it might destroy their system.
Correct.
Now I don't know the sharing of the game thing. Maybe that's something. Maybe that's like a one-time thing where people have been saying that can happen. Maybe I heard it wrong, but people were telling me they don't like really share games. When you buy a game, you're buying the access to the game, which is now also $80, up from like every game was like $16. Now it's $80 a game, and this thing is prone to just breaking if you fuck with it. They made it so it's really hard to fix, and it's really easy to break if you're not careful. Also, the battery life is a lot lower, so the charging port can last. When you take it off a couple hours, we'll say comes like maybe even like 6 hours. This one apparently is like 2 hours to break. Full battery to 20% battery, so you're losing a lot within a much shorter time frame. So eventually maybe they will see the issue with some people. The other problem is there are fucking people who bought it immediately, even with all these things, even with the fact they know they're not going to own the games, even they know the fact that the system could break itself, and they still went out and bought the thing in euros. Now, I don't bemoan anyone or kind of throw every word for it. I don't have beef with anyone who went to go buy the console. The last thing was spend my money, let's go buy it. But I wouldn't have touched this from release date. I don't touch consoles on release anyways, because a lot of times there's a lot of glitches they have to fix. But this one is not super consumer friendly.
I mean, it certainly doesn't sound like an upgrade from the Switch to the Switch 2 here.
No, I mean, I feel like I looked up so yeah.
Did we play the did we play the you know the production for video game news?
Yeah, it's a video game distribution.
Or let me do it. Geek stuff, video game news.
Perfect.
Oh, this will make you pay for voice chat. So they have voice chat in this new Switch. You have to pay to use it. They essentially made shitty Discord, and you have to pay to have access. Which I don't know why I wouldn't just use regular Discord. I guess because it doesn't run through Switch.
Wow. I mean, yeah, that's. I mean, they're taking away features and charging for features that used to be free. What is this? Are they made by Disney?
No, it's interesting for sure. It's Also, I mean, I know we talked about the tariff to affect everything. I think it's like $500 now for this thing.
What did like a Switch One go for when it came out?
It was like $299. This one is double the end.
Wow.
Not double the end. Like, damn near.
Is there anything about it that's better?
So, besides the battery, a lot of it is better. Like the design's better, the screen's better.
Is it bigger?
The screen, it is a little bit bigger. Yeah, the resolution is better. The Joy-Cons are roughly the same. For a lot of it is for hardware, a lot of it is better. But for some reason, they couldn't get the battery.
I guess all that nuclear power versus similar batteries, maybe.
How many games do they have?
So they had
No, new games.
Mario Kart.
That one is new. Are any of the rest of them new? So they launched with one new game and what? A bunch of ports? Wow. Exciting.
And eventually new games will come out after the it's a lot of just like games that came out. Fortnite.
Oh, good. That would be a port, though.
And at some point, Mario Kart.
Like this is the new strategy though, right? Like the little key. There's no information in there. I talking about Doom, the Dark Ages. There's like no data on the disc. There's 100 gigabyte download just to play the game. Like what's the point of the disc?
Access.
Why don't they just email you like passcode that you type in once and then that's it? And you can never play it on any other system, and it's just that's the same thing that we're making these discs that are worthless.
Because they can sell discs.
Right? They have to raise the price because it's a hard copy. But it's not. There's nothing really on there. Any other video game news?
Nothing worth a while.
Okay, good.
Hey, my court got canceled.
It did?
Yeah.
I didn't hear that. Did they make an announcement or something?
Yeah, they got 3 seasons with the new Night Court. Did you watch any of it?
No, I mean, the beginning of the first season. That's about it.
And it was okay, right? I mean,
It was fine. It wasn't night court, but it was fine. Did they say any like was it ratings or what? Did they just not say?
Well, let me look here. Oh, the news is not surprising. NBC has been looking to make cuts and is preparing for basketball coverage next season.
Well, there you go.
Night Court
Sandwiches sports win again. Night court what?
Night Court was one of 3 multi-camera comedy series on NBC this season, and freshman hit Happy Place has been renewed. LA.
Wow, that's what they cancel. They keep fucking whatever that dumb show was. Dumb.
No, I say.
Bullshit, I say.
I mean, it's fucking platforms. They don't like just let them run.
No, because ratings.
I also feel like a lot of people are like sitting down to watch like NBC sitcoms.
That's exactly true. No, it wasn't. It was a sitcom, but it wasn't an audience sitcom. No, they didn't. They had yeah, exactly. They didn't have audience participation or anything like that, which is one of the reasons I never got into that show, to be honest with you. I mean, it has to be really, in my opinion, has to be exceptional. You know what I mean? For that to occur with me. Night Court.